remember this? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's
Superman!
Exactly. Well, I've got another one for you. Is it an essential oil? Is it an absolute? No, it's Young Living's Vanilla Oleoresin in fractionated coconut oil.
Yeah, it's not quite as catchy.
It's a bit of a mouthful, really, isn't it? But there's a fascinating story behind this amazing product. And just before we get to that, did you know that 99% of the world's vanilla that's used in products is synthetic? It's made in a factory from petrochemicals or wood pulp.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
That's why it's so good to know that Young Living's vanilla is 100% real, it's 100% pure, and it's 100% backed by their seed to seal promise. Tell us a bit about the story.
All right, so there's quite a bit goes into making this little bottle of vanilla. Young Living grows their vanilla in Madagascar, but the story actually begins in Mexico. Vanilla is native to Mexico, and when they started to ship it around the world, one of the things that they found was that even though the orchid, it's an orchid that grows on a vine, was flowering, it never actually grew the long beans. And that's because in Mexico, there's a little bee that flies around and pollinates all those orchids to grow the beans. So what has to happen when they grow it in Madagascar is that they literally have to go around and hand pollinate all of the orchids. The thing about this is that the orchids only flower once a year and they're only open for a few hours, so they have to make sure that it's done at the right time. Then it takes up to 9 months basically for the beans to grow and mature so they can be harvested. They lay them out in the sun to dry out and to cure, and then they can go through the process of actually extracting the vanilla from the beans.
Wow, that's really interesting, but that's not the only thing that makes Young Living vanilla so unique, is it?
No, it's the extraction of the oleoresin that is really unique.
There's 2 steps. The first one uses ethyl alcohol from French sugar beets instead of isopropanol, which most companies use. And then the second part of it is they use the fractionated coconut oil, don't they?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Well, the thing about vanilla absolutes or vanilla extracts that have a lot of alcohol in them is that they don't mix with essential oils because they're not fat soluble. Whereas when they put it in the fractionated coconut oil, it mixes with other essential oils. So they can use it in blends, they can use it in, all the products and things like that because it blends a lot better with essential oils.
Okay, so how do we use this Young Living vanilla?
Obviously you can diffuse it. I like to mix it with Christmas spirit or with orange or cinnamon in the diffuser. Smells absolutely amazing. Yum. I like to make my own sugar scrub, so a little bit of sugar, some V6 oil and some vanilla. I even make a body butter out of it. I'm in love with it. But most importantly, I use it as a base note in a lot of my perfumes. So whether I'm using it as a spray perfume or as a roller, I'm using the vanilla as the base note and adding my citrus or my florals, my tree oils and things like that to it.
It'd go great with ylang-ylang, with geranium, with jasmine, all those things.
Yeah, even with rose.
And don't forget, it's also great for moisturising hair and skin, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's why it's in the Vanilla Copaiba shampoo and conditioner.
So there it is. Super versatile, absolutely unique. Young Living's vanilla, all the way from Madagascar to you.